to match 2. We won match 1 against Tesserator. We're going to win the die roll, which is nice. This hand is interesting. I don't think we want to see quite as many brainstorms as we have, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I think we'll very likely be shuffling at least 1 away in our coming turn. Our opponent leads an island. I would assume this means something like Sneak and Show with a mirror. Or Miracles, although I'd expect Miracles to always be casting a cantrip on turn 1. So now we've fired off a Preordain off an Underground Sea. I think that pretty much tells our opponent exactly what we're on. And means we should probably be comfortable playing out Petal to Brainstorm with to respond to something like a Duress. Our opponent's doing something a bit strange here in brainstorming in response to a Preordain. So I think we need to. I think we should have actually fired off the probe there to find out what they're playing. So I guess maybe they fired off the Brainstorm so that they didn't risk having it spell pierced. I just don't know why they wouldn't do it in their turn. They're firing off a Ponder to get their shuffle. And I guess now we're going to probe and probably try to tear their hand apart. So I guess we'll have to put back Volk ad nauseum, play the LED, and I think we want to take their Cabal Rituals and their Lion's Eye Diamond. If we're not taking the LED, then we're taking the Dark Ritual. We just want to take one of their mana producers. We've left them with basically nothing, while we have what from here is a really strong hand. We have plenty of mana available. We have a Past in Flames. So we don't even really care if they take anything. And I don't really like that therapy there either. They're burning 2 cards to take 1. We're not in a position where they're going to impact what we do much here. And I mean, this is just gonna, we just top deck the tutor. So top decking the tutor here actually just wins us the game. We're gonna grab a Cabal Ritual. We're gonna get to cast it twice. We're gonna get to tutor off the second tutor in the graveyard to help build mana and storm. And then we're just going to fire off both the probes in our graveyard just to hit lethal, and that'll do it. I mean, now we're just being greedy. And this will be more than lethal here. We'll go to sideboard. We're going to board in 2 copies of Flusterstorm. We'll board out a Swamp and a Preordain. We board out the... I'm always torn on this. I always end up cutting the Swamp because we're bringing in blue cards. Having said that, there's something to be said for keeping the Swamp in as a combo turn, and our Disruption all require more black. Once again, we're not boarding in something like Empty the Warrens or Cabal Therapy. Disruption is not as amazing as it could be in this matchup, just due to the very existence of Past in Flames, and Empty the Warrens has a tendency to lose matches in the mirror. If you burn a bunch of resources and put them on a 2-turn clock and they just say top deck the right card, you're going to lose. I don't love this hand. It does, however, have Disruption, mana, and a tutor. I think I love our opponent's hand less. So Blind Therapy will probably hit here. Okay, there's no Brainstorm, which is a fair enough name. And a poor opponent has just managed to find Triple Ponder with no blue source. He's a little bit stuck, unfortunately. So the reason we're holding the Duress here is we know our opponent's hand is 2 Ponders. We know Ponders aren't really doing anything for him. I think we probably want to shuffle this. Okay. So I guess we can Infernal Tutor for Brainstorm next turn. Okay, I think now we can Duress. And I guess we just take another Ponder. So yeah, we held the Duress just because we were more likely to want it later on. Once he's built up. I had a couple of draw steps to actually find anything of interest. We probably should have Infernal Tutored for an LED there. Before we cast the LED, however, it's not really going to matter here. We're just going to repeat what we did last time. I hope to dodge. Okay. So I don't know if this was the right line. We really should have grabbed a Cabal Ritual. I think we would have been in much better shape if we'd done that. As it stands now, I think we can just continue to take our opponent's hand apart. We're going to take the Brainstorm here. Is the spell that's the best at changing the texture of his hand. So at the moment he's got Ponder, Past and Flames. Ponder's really great if you need to find an individual card. Brainstorm is better when you need to change your entire hand, which is exactly what he needs to do right now. Our hand right now is extremely likely to win next turn. If we Brainstorm and we don't hit a Glass of Lands, we get there. Look, our opponent probably scooped a little early, but I think we're getting there sooner than him.